What's up, Sick Fit? I am here with the man, the myth, the legend, Dave Newman of RXSmart Gear. We are at the Europa Games in Dallas, Texas. Dave, you made the trip out. How you doing?
Hey, doing great, Luke, man. We're having a good time out here. This thing is huge, huge.
Pretty amazing. Supposed to be 10,000 people here over 2 days. This is the largest of the 4 Europa events. Of course, we started out in Connecticut and Hartford. We moved over to Orlando. We're now in Dallas, and of course we finish off the season, at least our season, in Phoenix, Arizona in a couple months.
We'll be there, looking forward to it.
All right, we talked a little bit at the games. You've got a new bag of tricks here.
Oh yeah.
We use your ropes. We just started using the rings. Tell us what you have.
Awesome, yeah, I'm excited about this, Luke. So what we came up with is, we call it the RXSmart Ring. We have 2 versions. This is our trainer version. And what we did was we simply took the ring and added additional surface area to improve the leverage point for people that are training their muscle ups, right? Any athlete working their muscle ups, we feel, should be training their strict muscle ups, right? Really develop the proper leverage and input and start working their false grip. So with this guy, we have 3 positions to start with. This is our stability platform number 1. It's our largest one. You simply drop your wrist right on top like that. Gives you just a nice big old perch, you know, to help people work through the transition. As you improve and you're ready to progress, you rotate the ring and get on our smaller shelf, which is about 50% smaller, less assistance. Then you rotate off completely. So the thing that's really beautiful about this is we added this hardware that unscrews, so you can leave it off if you want. When you're ready to add bands and use some band assist, just like we do with pull-ups, you get somebody that's got real solid pull-ups, real solid ring dips, so you know they're safe on the rings and they're comfortable above the rings. You put them in a band and they can now do full range of motion, strict muscle ups, and you can modify a workout and they can fully participate. No more breaking it down, doing little ring rows and dips and things like that. So really awesome. We get a lot of first muscle ups on this. All the events we've gone to this year, we get a handful of first muscle ups, kipping as well. So you can jump on this, kip away, and have at it, as long as you're safe, right?
All right, Dave, I've known you for about 5 years now. You've always been a visionary. One of the first things you ever taught me about 5 minutes before a competition in 2008 was when you're doing handstand push-ups, look up towards the wall after you start to push. What did this idea come from and how did it happen? Were you sleeping? Were you awake?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. It's just I have a gymnastics background, obviously, and in gymnastics we start with kids that are really small, pliable, great strength to weight ratio. You can get them to do anything. They're like Gumby. So now we're doing all this, high intensity functional fitness, and we're getting, 20, 30, 40, 50-year-olds trying to learn what people call a simple mount on the rings. Well, to the average person, it's not simple. And if you don't have the developed, shoulder stability and dexterity and know how to support yourself on the rings, it can be dangerous. And I'm watching people trying to catapult their body up onto the rings by doing kipping muscle ups, and I just think it's unsafe. And I think there's a longevity issue there, right? I'm in my mid-40s. I want to keep doing this stuff for a long time, so I've got to save what I got. So, this was just a natural progression. There was a big void missing for people to train and learn this movement that so many people want to get. So we were excited to come up with this, and yeah, it really was laying in bed and always the wheels are turning. Like, I know there's an answer for this. I got to figure this out, and slowly put this together. I've been working on this for over a year. We've had them in our facility in San Diego, down in El Cajon, and we've had so many first muscle ups. People come in simply to get sized for a jump rope, and they see these hanging, and they go, hey, what are those? First muscle up, done. It's awesome, so we're pretty excited about it. Yeah.
Very cool, very cool. We have a pair of these in our gym, and I look forward to getting back there and teaching some of our athletes how to do the strict muscle up. 2014, guaranteed to be revolutionary in competitive fitness. What else you got? What do you got coming?
Well, I'm working on a few other things. I'm not gonna come out with now because we're in early development. But I got a few things in the bag that again, these are all things that me as a guy that likes to participate in this athletics and this training mode of training. Obviously you've been using these for a while. So our skull mats. A lot of people doing handstand push-ups. They're going ballistic on their head, especially when you add the kip to it. A lot more downward driving force on your spine and your neck. Very concerned about that. So just whether you use this or something else, we want people to pad up, right? I developed this just because I started skinning the top of my head after a round of handstand push-ups. So skull mats, awesome. Of course, jump ropes. I feel like Carrot Top. I'm pulling shit out of a bag now.
No, this is very cool. You know what? Last year at Sickest of the Southwest, you created 2 of these for my kids. We call it Spider-Man and Pink Panther, the red and the pink.
Nice.
Both of my kids, 5 and 6 years old, are able to do 45 minutes of jumping rope like we do for our jump rope-a-thon. And I'll tell you what, man, if you don't have one of these in your toolkit, get it.
Awesome, appreciate it. I've seen some of the videos, they're cute. So this I'm excited about too. As simple as this is, you know, my time spent in coaching competitive gymnastics, the big thing is gymnasts are so ballistic on their wrists, right? You know, into the vault, tumbling, everything. There's so much impact on the wrist that we always look for a wrist support that not only had the compression for your radius and ulna, but had some flexion support. So I developed this guy, John Para, who's a games competitor, a great guy. He's a LA County Sheriff, family man, one of our sponsored guys. He accidentally gave me the concept. He goes, Dave, I need a wristband because my hands just sweat so much that I can't even pick up a kettlebell. So we grabbed a wristband, took some real durable Cordura, stitched it to the back of our Velcro, and so this wrist support, you want to slide this guy on? I love this guy. So we get this guy on, you got your band on there, but what this does a little bit differently than a lot of other wrist supports is it gives you some flexion support. So let me throw this on here. We're done. So now that you got this bead of wristband above your wrist, when you're in a nice rack position, you're going to have some really good support and absorption, right? So I use those every day, and we got a lot of top guys using that love it. So a few things, and we got some new stuff coming out, man.
That is awesome. Dave Newman, RXSmart Gear, a revolutionist in our sport, and I congratulate you and commend you for all the hard work you've been putting in these years, Dave.
Likewise, you too, my brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome.